little moment of silence here. This is a message that Big AZ had put out last night regarding Joe. Okay, and we're back, and I've got the orange glow about me again. I don't know why my camera doesn't save its settings, but here we go. I'm gonna fix it for you in real time. It does this weird saturation thing. I don't know why. Yeah. Camera A. Hold on a second. Camera A. Yeah, it goes all the way there. I'm not sure why it saves the wrong. Anyway, now I'm back to normal. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with old Johnny here. It's Friday. Friday Follies. We have a lot to go over today. Not going to get to it all, probably. We didn't really have a show yesterday. I was here with Jeff. So we didn't have a full show yesterday. So today we're going to have to cover a lot of ground before I go have some fun back there. And I want to make sure I make note of a couple of things before we go. As you just saw, Craps World lost one of our friends, Joe the Coder. He's a big member over at AZ's channel. Interactive as hell, always in the lives. Good dude by all accounts. I didn't really know him. I played with him a couple of times over there, and hung out, of course, in Discord like we do. Hadn't met him in person though. So he passed away over the weekend. It sounds like hit his head, had an aneurysm, and fell asleep, I guess, and never came out of it. So that's how my grandma died. Actually, my grandma actually hit her head in the tub and knocked her out, and that was the end. It's a shame. He's got a family. He's got kids. So it's pretty bad. I think he was 44 years old, as I understand it. So that's way too young. Way too young. So I want to call this out. There was a couple of super chats that came during the last show that was amazing. I mean, I think we have like $150 or something in super chats. Myopia Movie, dude, thank you for that. That's really, really cool that you dropped $100 in there. And I'm matching everything. So whatever goes into the super chats from this morning's show and today, I will match it. I will absolutely match it. It will go to Big AZ, and Big AZ will forward to the family to help out with whatever they can do. So keep them coming. If you come in here during the day, during this morning show, any chats that come in today, again, I'll match it all, and off it goes. Jeff did it last night. When the news broke last night, Jeff did it, and I think Jeff's channel raised $100. I think Jeff matched $100, and I think Jen matched that. So I think that Jeff put up $400 last night for that family, which I think is amazing. And I think that's what our community is all about. Like, this is what we do, right? We rallied for cancer. We rallied last year for problem gambling, and now we have one of our own. And, the community rallies. I think it's pretty freaking awesome what you guys do. So you all are awesome. You all are awesome. And I want to thank you in advance for doing that for him and for his family. So with that said, let's move ahead and get into like the actual meat of the show here. I'll put this up again. And I want to cover this. So the daily paycheck has been, oh boy, this is one that I really had high hopes for. And it looks good, right, on paper. We're 5-1, we won $6,000 and blah, blah, blah. The problem with this is that it did exactly what, it's funny, like I'm not sure is a paycheck as it is now. Let me switch to the screen that has the data on it. Hold on a second, let me go here. Can you all see this? I hope you can see this, right? So let me zoom in a little bit for you here. So I think it's important, the numbers behind the numbers, right? So this thing won $6,000 over the course. I'll get the greens back on for you. Look at the way that it's spread out, though. Okay, and here's I think the money, the devil's in the details. We had 3 days, $400, $700, $500, right, where we made paycheck. One day we fought a little bit harder than we probably should have, 60 rolls to get the first one, right? The second day we made it pretty quick. Yesterday we made it pretty quick in the morning, the first session, right? When it works, it works. $500 with $100, 175 on 2 inside numbers should work. 6 and 8 are simple to hit, ostensibly, right? The adult pass is the best bet, right? So you got all 3 good ones. The days where you're throwing the numbers that you're looking for, right? When the 6, 8, and 7 are strong, you're going to make money pretty easy. Today, good example, and the day that we lost 1,600, another good example where today, as a matter of fact, I had a 21 roller. I had 2 rolls that were almost in the teens, I think, and never once hit a 6 or an 8 twice, right? Like, you got to have those things hit and repeat to make it work. And if you're not on them, the best bets in the house, and again, if you're knocking your points off, the 3 best bets in the house can be the worst bets in the house if that day isn't working for you. So this one, low number of targets. You only have the 6 and the 8, or the 6 and the 9, or the 8 and the 5, whatever you got. You have 2 targets. That's it. And the one roll today where we hit the tall and almost a small. We hit every number once, but those 2. You know, it just is what it is. Sometimes it works. It works out that way. That's for that reason alone, the low number of targets, and even though it's low volatility, low house edge, it's not a paycheck play. It's not a reliable paycheck play. The paychecks have got to be reliable. Can I put this up on screen? How's that work? There you go. Super chat from JB. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's awesome. It's the low volatility plays or low house edge plays can sometimes be high volatility. Okay, that's the problem that we see here. So I got to discount yesterday's big win. This one is here. We did win the money, right? We did win the money, but to count the $7,000 as part of our paycheck play isn't fair, because really, you after $500 you probably walk, right? And I think although we won the money, I can't include that as part of. It is part of the total, right? But mentally, to me, that's the outlier. That's the variant day. That's the one day that's a huge variant. And it skews the numbers to the point where I'm looking at 3 baseline wins and 2 big losses. To me, that doesn't feel like it's stable enough or reliable enough to be a daily driver. And again, the paycheck's got to be a daily driver. So this one here, to me, in its current state, sort of fails the test. And I think that's as sad as it is, because I really wanted it to work. It fails the test for that reason alone. It doesn't win the $500 easily every day. Like some of the other ones, it was like no brainer. $500 a day is kind of easy on some of these things. That one, a little too much fighting. So, today we bled to death. Today we never got killed. Right? We bled to death today. We lost $75 every single hand. It seemed like couldn't get it to work. Maybe some tweaks on the numbers and how we take the bets, but we'll do what we can do. All right. So there's that. As far as what's happening in the world, Sith Lord SP's got 5 wins in a row for Friday night fights. That next fight is tonight at 6. The challenger is, I forget who it is now. I sent him a DM. I should have wrote that. I'm sorry. I sent him a DM. Hopefully he'll be here tonight. I hope to hear back from him. If not, next man up, and I'll let the next man up know who that is after the show. So let's give it till about noon to find out who's playing. I'll put a announcement out there. Fireside Craps. We have 2 coming. We have Ken Knows Gambling. I interviewed Ken. I hate to say interviewed. I talked with Ken. We had a nice chat, about an hour and a half or 2 hours worth, actually, a couple weeks ago. That is in the hopper. I'm going to release that on Sunday night. That'll be the Fireside Craps. Will be Sunday night with Ken. Preview. We talk a whole lot about professional gambling. The whole point of that interview with him and the talk with him was being a pro gambler, because a couple things jumped out to me when I watched his series. Things like the martingale. He does a 5-step martingale for blackjack, and there's a reason why he chooses blackjack for that and not other games. There's a bit of math behind that, and just kind of his general thoughts on how hard it is managing the envelopes and that kind of thing. So it's a fun interview. Ken's a cool dude, so hopefully you'll like that. And then JB and I are going to get together over the weekend and get one or maybe 2, we'll see, in the hopper for coming weeks. Schedule for that show is going to be every other Sunday. So Sunday's opposite Craps Chat will be when Fireside Craps comes out. And I'm working, just so you know, I'm working over the weekend. I have lots in the hopper here for me. I'm rebuilding the CGTV website. I'm trying to build out the CGTV TV guide thing, so we can see who's going live when and where and all that. And I'm rebuilding the whole roll tracker. So my roll tracker is good, but it's not great. It needs help. So I'm going to rebuild the whole thing. I'm starting brand new database, a new DB design, and so this weekend I'm going to be down here just kind of hacking away, channeling my inner Joe the Coder, I guess, right, as it were. So that's going to be my weekend. So there's all that. What else? Oh, we have to talk about douchebags again. I have to do this every day. Let me work this through with you too. if you've got a douchebag thing, you got to let me know, because I got about 20 of them that I want to talk through here. These are great for shorts. These are great quick hitters, you know, for me to talk about with you. And it's a good constant reminder. I think when I get the video series of, you know, you're a douchebag if released, it's going to be good kind of etiquette for folks to kind of tag into. So today, my thing is this. You might be a douchebag if you blame someone else for your loss, okay? You know who I'm talking about, right? You got the guys betting the don't, you got the guys shooting the dice, and you're rooting against me, or you're betting against me, and it's your fault I threw a 7. Or, here's one for you, the guy that leans over, like I do sometimes, lean your hands over and dice hit your hands, and the guy throws a 7 and they blame you for it. Yeah, I get it. If you're a DI and somebody interferes, or there's a late bet that goes out, or hits a chip or something else, it's never your fault. It's never your fault when the 7 comes, right? It's never your fault when my bets lose. It's never, you know, it's always somebody else's problem, right? You had bad energy. You said something, you distracted me, and now I lost my money. Pretty douchey to blame somebody else for your loss. It's your money. You made the bet. You put it out there. It's basically a random game, and if you lose your money, it's on you. It's on you. It's not on me. I didn't come up here and make you lose. You made you lose. So there it is. Don't be a douchebag and blame everybody else for what happens to you. That's my statement for the day on that one. Now, I'm going to actually skip this, I think, Vince. So we can do it really quick if you want to. We've been talking about working the bets all week, right? And I've done these analyses in WinCraps where I've worked. I'll give you a little example here. We've been working like, why should you or should you not work the come out roll? That's the thing, right? We know that this is the truth, right? About 16.67% of the time, the 7's coming. Every roll, come out roll or not, the 7's coming 1 out of 6 times. You can't run from that, okay? If you're working across, okay, the odds to win are 80%. Okay, remember you got 24 targets out there, 24 potential come out or combinations out there versus 6 that beat you. It's 4 to 1. It's 80%. Your 20% probability to lose on the come out, right? So remember that's how that works, right? Your rolls to beat the 7. That's the percentages. Okay, not on a per roll, on a resolution basis. You have an 80% chance to win versus lose your place bets that are up there if you're working the come out. That's truth. Okay, the problem, as you know, multiple 7s. On the come out roll, it's not a one-shot deal, right? You could have 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. A guy posted yesterday a picture of his Bubblecraft machine with 9 7s in a row on it, right? That'll happen. And if you're going to be on the come out working your place bets, it's a loss, 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 loss. That doesn't happen when you're playing with the puck consecutively. Now, if you consider the puck being on, you could still lose 9 consecutive rolls when the puck is on, right? They could set a point and point 7 out 9 consecutive times. The way to look at that thing is that there's 9 events that can take your money. It's whether they're all in a row on the come out or whether they're staggered with the puck. But multiple losses are a reality. And on the come out, if you're going to replace your bets and you have 7 or 3 or 4 or even 2 consecutive losses, it's pretty painful, okay? When that happens, right, if you have it across bet and you lose it on the come out, if you're same betting, it's 5 wins to get it back, right? 160 across takes 5 wins to recover 1 loss on the 7. If you have 2 7s, it's 10 to recover. 3 7s in a row, you're 15 behind. And you never come back from that. That's the problem with multiple 7s on the come out. They can put you in such a hole. To come back from that is pretty devastating, okay? You can alter that with bet sizing, okay? One thing that we looked at was we did a single press, right? So go 160, every hit, go up by a nickel, up by a nickel, up by a nickel. Increase the size of the bet slowly. They have more impact that way. So when you hit them on the come out, instead of winning 35, you might be winning 49, which means you have to win only 3 or 4 hits to get through. If you do a half press, it accelerates that. Right, you can reduce your requirement to recover to 3 hits maybe, right? If you have higher bets. Now again, higher bets means you're not collecting. It also means there's more general risk out there when the 7 does come when it come out. So there's pros and cons to that. We did find though through the course of messing around that flat betting versus a 1-unit press versus a half press. The half press and the 1-unit bet actually made about the same money over the course, but we're going to do it today with a half press to show it. Now. You can do, you can do a Vince thing. And what Vince has been talking about is doing a permanent press, where you keep going up as you lose perpetually until your bankroll gets back to stable, and then you start over again at 0 and same bet, same bet, same bet, and try and win it out that way. So let's do a really quick demo. I'm doing a very fast demo. I'll show it to you. Then I want to go and show you the Butterburg crazy Friday Follies things. Let's move to a different screen here. Give me a second to change over. We'll do this. I think you can, nope, that's not the right one. Let's do that. Why is that not showing? Oh, I didn't start the thing. Hold on, give me a second here. My bad. I didn't connect to my computer. It'll be a minute. Let's move this to this screen. There we go. All right, let's let it get checked in. I love when computers work super fast, don't you? It's the best when they work fast. Come on. Nothing like being prepared in the morning either. I should have had this thing going. Ian says, oh, tag me, Jen. Somebody wrote that. Come on. Oh, it's reconnecting, really? Is the computer turn itself off? What happened? There it goes. Okay, here we go. Wind craps. And Greg's got there's a couple of comments there that I need to address. So give me a second to do that. Yeah, the computer must have rebooted itself last night. That's why it took so long to come in. It's going to start Discord up. I want to start wind craps up. There we go. Okay, here's wind craps for you. Let me show you what I did. We're going to get this going. I've got 4 players on the table here that you can see. Player 1 is the perpetual press. Player 2 is going to be the 3-point Molly with max odds, 5x odds. Player 3 is going to be the across better, half pressing. Bets turned on all the time. The next player is going to be the across player, half pressing, but he's not working the come out. That's going to be the 4 players that we're going to show. I'm going to jump into the code here and show you the difference in code. Now, they're all kind of the same. Victor Connect. It's not connectivity. My computer rebooted. You cracked me up, dude. Here it is. So perpetual press is working like this. It's very, very simple. Okay. We are going to do it up here. Auto handle winning bets with the same bet. Okay. We're not going to do anything. Actually, I can probably zoom into the code here a little more for you. Plus, plus, plus. Winning bets will be same bet. If we lose the bet, it's going to be the same bet plus 100%. We're going to go ahead and bump that thing up a little bit. If we come down here, if we have initializing our script, we start out with the across bets. If our bankroll is greater than or equal to our starting bankroll, in other words, if we get back to even, we go back to 25 bucks. If we ever exceed our win goal or our loss limit, we're going to reset everything, and we're going to go back down and do this. We're going to go back and reset the bets. That's going to be the perpetual press. It's very, very simple play. It's no big. Actually, it should be plus same bet plus not 100% plus 25 bucks. There we go. Okay, that's the permanent press. The half press, auto handle winning bets, same bet plus 50%. Super simple. The only difference here is that we're going to be on the come out. Always working. Always working. And if we go to 0, we start back over again. The half press that's not working, same thing as the other guy, but he's not working the come out. That's the whole thing. And finally, the Molly player is simple. He's going to call on all his come bet odds, and he's betting 25 in the come, 3 times, no pass line bet. That's the 4 strategies that we're going to do. I'm going to run these out for you one time through so you can see how they perform against my rolls. Okay, let's do a game, new. I will save the thing. I will not save the session. We're going to go John's rolls. So let me go action, dice roll files. We'll do mine. We'll start it off. And I've got to get the bankroll screens up. Come on, show the bankroll. Bankroll. There's 2 of them. Come on. Okay, well, I guess it's not going to do it. New. I'm going to get 4 of these going. I'm going to close this down, by the way. So one of them over here, this will be the permanent press on the top right. On the bottom right, we'll do the across off. Bottom left, we'll do across on. And top, we'll do the Molly. So here's the Molly. Here's the permanent press. Across half pressing, always working. Across half press, off on the come out. Okay, against my 3,500 rolls. We'll do it like that first. It's going to be a little slow. And as you see these kind of lines going down like this, the long red lines, that's telling you that it reset the bankroll. So we hit a goal or a limit, and we reset the bankroll. There's going to be some interesting things to look at when we do this thing, okay? One is going to be the total number of wins and losses, percentage-wise. Obviously, the money matters, of course, but really it's going to be the number of outcomes. I think you're going to find that that's very interesting. The number of outcomes is going to be interesting. Here we go. Let's get it going here. Thanks, Greg, for pointing out the huge super chat from JB. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Boy, this is really going slow today. Wow. It's logging a lot of stuff, so I understand why it's going slow. So we'll just have to let it tick away. Boy, oh boy, it's running slow. Because I really want to do it again with a random shooter, right? And we'll do it on the RNG here in a minute, but let's see at the end of this how much we make. Wow, it's only going like one roll a second, it seems like. My goodness. And then it changes screens and it goes fast for a minute, and then it slows down again. That's pretty funny. It's about halfway through. Meanwhile, I'll look at the PCs and the chats, and we'll see what we can talk about while this is going on here. Oh, Greg, you cracked me up. Greg says, I had loaded up the Elephant Graveyard, had 18 roller in Joe the Coder's honor, and beat all the qualifiers. Well, you know, I beat the qualifiers today too, throwing randomly. I mean, dice are going to do what they're going to do, right? And I think I've talked about this, and I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. Controlled shooting is not about roll length, okay? And that's super important for us to remember. It's not about roll length. It's nice when we get a good roll length. Controlled shooting is all about the cluster. It's all about the quality of the rolls. Today I rolled 20-something rolls, and they were all today on a controlled toss. I had 35 rolls that were all on the inside, right? That's the point of it. It's not about purely hiding the 7. It's about clustering. And I think that's a big thing that I try and make clear, but it's not always super clear. I don't like the argument that roll length makes the difference because it's not always what it is. Anyway, here we go. Let's look at the money. How do we do money-wise? Who made money? Who lost money? Well, look at this. The perpetual press guy lost $1,000 in total. Okay, the 3-point Molly won 6,100. The half presser, who was always working, won $4,200. The half presser, who was not working the come out, only won $430. Interesting, right? Working the come out when John's throwing. This is again my controlled throws, right? My practice sessions. The Molly and the half press guy made great money on the come out. Why? I don't throw a lot of come out 7s. Okay, I throw quite a fewer come out 7s than we should, so those bets paid off more often on my particular set of rolls. Okay, that's just the way that I cluster my numbers. Now, let's go ahead and do the same thing, but this time I'm going to do it without my throws. We're going to go random and see if there's a difference here. So I'm going to not save my session. I am going to open up the roll file though. Action. Oh crap! I'm going to rerun that again in a minute. I forgot something. Let's do dice roll files. I'm going to turn my rolls off. Okay. Let's go ahead and run this against random for a few thousand rolls and just to see what happens here. I want to go back to it though, because what we didn't look at was the win rate. I want to look at the win rate. Let's get about, I don't know, a couple thousand rolls here, and then we'll look at the stats real quick and see where these guys landed. I forgot. Sorry, I didn't dive into the numbers with you there. I wanted to do that. We'll go to maybe 2,000 rolls. Let's see how we do. It's exciting watching the graphs go. And this is what I do all day long. When I'm not filming, I'm not teaching. I'm literally watching these graphs all day because I find that the thing that's interesting here is tweaking things. Like where I've landed here, by the way, you'll notice our loss limit here is $1,000. I have a $5,000 bankroll and a $1,000 loss limit. And what I found is that it does something to the results that I think to me is important. So I'll get to 2,000 rolls here, and then I'll stop it and I'll talk about what that is. Come on, you. 1,800. We're almost there. All right, there's about 2,000 rolls. Let's look here at who did what. Everybody lost money. Now on random, everybody lost their ass, right? $6,000 for the permanent press. Molly lost 1,500. The across off player lost 4,500. The across on player lost a little bit less. They all got hammered. Why? Let's look at our results here. So here's the thing that we look at. And I can't zoom into this. I don't think this gets any bigger. Oh, it does a little bit. Okay, cool. So one of the things I dive into on this screen here are these decisions, right? So for the Molly player, they had, in 2,000 rolls, they had like 81 decisions, okay? 66% win rate. So that's one thing. How many decisions did we get? In 2,000 rolls, we had only 81 times in 2,000 rolls that we would have made or lost our paycheck. That's 80 days at the casino. This number of decisions here is 80 days at the casino. That's what that means. It's like 3 months of play is what we just simulated here. The permanent press player had only 44 decisions, half the amount of decisions. So playing the permanent press in the same number of rolls, that's only 40 trips to the casino. It's half the number of trips. Isn't that interesting? Like the number of decisions that you get made, how often you can make paycheck, that means he saw way more rolls to get where he was. 57% win rate. The across player playing on all the time, what did he have? He had 44 decisions as well. 60% win rate. Boy, that's terrible. And the player who was off had less still. He only had 35 decisions. It simulated a month of play for him. Isn't that interesting? The guy who's doing a cross bet and working the puck, in 2,000 rolls, that's a month of play. The guy with the Molly in the same number of rolls is 3 months of play, right? So by tweaking the bet amounts and tweaking the win rate loss limit, it really like changes how often you can hit your number. I think it's interesting. This guy here wins 32 times, right? That's pretty interesting. But again, the 17, this is, and the way that you calculate here, 17 wins is $1,000, right? So it's 17,000 in losses, 32 $500 wins, right? It's about, $15,000. So that's why he's lost a little bit. That's where the math comes from. With this thing goes to 70 or 80%, that's where the Molly takes over and starts to win. If we do the exact same thing, I'll do it against my rolls again, one more time while we talk about it. Let's do action and roll files, and I'll pass the dice. Come on, action. Dice roll files. We'll do mine again. We'll play it from roll 1. We'll do a new game new. No, don't save the session. Okay. Let's close this. Let's run it again. Again, this is against John's rolls. And I want you to look at again, it's only 3,500 rolls. Look at the number of decisions that we get because they come a little quicker because the thickness of my rolls, I was trying to tell Greg this a minute ago, on my controlled shot, what you find is that my roll length is still 6, right? It's still 6, 7, whatever. I'm not getting any longer rolls than a random shooter or a controlled shooter, but the roll quality is better. Inside the rolls, I'm getting more inside numbers. I'm getting more repeats. My rolls are set a point 6, 6, 8, 9, 6, 7, right? In there, your comebacks are paying, right? And that's, I think, where we're seeing the Molly player make more money on that set of rolls. And again, it's only one small sample size, but I think it's interesting. Let's go. Greg, you can say that all you want to, Greg, but my rolls are interestingly enough proving some of this stuff. Not proving, but you're seeing a difference, right, in the outcomes here. And I can do this all day long with the random stuff. I think it's very, very interesting, the thickness of the rolls on the controlled shot. So we're almost, where are we at? About halfway through this thing. Let's let it roll out and we'll see what happens here at the end. Let's see. Greg the Sharpshooter. Anything else here? Yeah, confirmation bias. Well, you can say it's confirmation bias, Greg, but I'm looking at numbers, right? I'm looking at numbers in dollars, so I can see that it works out. Let's see. I want to ask Vince something too. Vince, maybe if you're going to be on our Fredo show later on, we can talk about this. When I run the perpetual press here, it always loses. You always go to negative bankrolls, and I want to know why. Maybe you can answer me in chat here too. Why is it that you go to negative bankrolls in WinCraps? I never do. I make this thing simulate winning 500, losing 1,000, or whatever I want to lose. Why do you let it go negative? Is that simulating marker play? Because I can let it go negative and prove that it wins all the time. But this is more of a reality check. Like, I brought 5K to the casino. Did it win or lose? How many times? That's, I think, a more valuable test of life. I think what you're testing more is math. And I want to know what your reasoning is behind that. So if you wouldn't mind dropping in chat what you're doing, I would appreciate it. Okay, there we are. We're done now. And Greg, you're right. It variance in a small sample size, but I don't think 4,000 is that small. We'll be at 10,000 soon enough, and we'll have a more mathematically significant sample size soon. But right now, this is where we are. This is the data. The data that I have is the data that I have. Let's go. No rewind. We're going to go look at the stats real quick. The check stacks, and let's take a look here. So now the Molly is at a 73% win rate. Okay, again, my throws. I tend to throw a lot of clustered repeat numbers up in there. My box number hits are quality hits. So we go from 59% win rate to 73% win rate, and that translates into huge profits. Okay, and again, I'm setting a 20% loss limit, 10% win goal. The perpetual press guy, now let's count that up. That's 156 outcomes, right? The perpetual press guy has about 50 less outcomes. He's only at 113 outcomes, right? So in the same number of rolls, he reduces his play by a month against that same set of rolls. That's interesting to me, okay? And again, higher percentage of wins, but still results in a loss overall. The across player, who's never off, look at that. He's only got 79 outcomes, right? The come player had double the amount of outcomes. I think it's because the bets are higher, right? His bets are going out there super high, right? It stands to reason that you're going to win higher, lose less. And I think bet sizing has a lot to do with it for sure. So that's interesting stuff. So that's, I think when I do these sims, and I'll tell you this too, when you're in WinCraps, the levers that I like to pull are this. What's the bet size? That's a lever that I pull, right? On the come better, if I did $10 plus max odds, it puts the overall spread closer to in line with the other players. That might be a thing to look at. And I also monkey around with win goals of 10% or 20% and loss limits. I like to see, by altering how much I'm willing to lose and how much I need to win, how these strategies perform over time. I think it's super interesting in WinCraps to tailor those numbers there. I'm trying to find ways to make these numbers a little more pliable so we can, like, on a given run, like, prompt you, how much do you want to win goal, and like use that like a dialogue box to enter it in to see. So I think that's going to be, I think it'll take these things in like the next level for us to test with. And I will give you all these scripts up on the CGTV website. I'm giving him to Steen. He'll put them on the WinCraps site. I'll post them on my site as well, so we can all get to them. If you want to use these things, there's a lot of goodness in here, the way that I set things up. So if you want them, come get them. I will put them out there. And that's my thoughts on working the come out are those. I think overall it's not good. You can see when we did the random current session up and saved. No, pure random RNG, we got murdered on the come out. Everybody lost money when it was pure RNG. When it was against a known set of okay rolls, we did much better working it. Let's go back over here again. So I think overall, knowing that you're facing a 20% expected loss on those numbers, it's not 16%, it's 20% expected loss on your come out. Go into it knowing that. All right, now let's go to the table. Let's stop being serious. It's Friday. It's 8:45. I don't care. I'm going to go till I'm done today. We're going to play Greg's strategy. I love this one. Let's go here. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe. Why is my screen not working? There we go. Boy, that just took a hot minute, didn't it? All right, let me get the roll tracker up. The Coffee and Craps roll tracker. That's at 3,400 rolls, by the way. That's pretty good. Turn this on. Let's get that thing reset. Maybe it'll catch up. I don't know. I'm having all kind of computer problems today. Lights on. I think I've got 10,000. Yeah, I got 20,000 in the bank today. In that rack down below, there's 20,000 bucks in that rack. So, boy, it's really, really going slow. My whole life today is slow. Can we get you there? There we go. Okay. Wow. All right, Greg, here we go. This is the Greg special. The Greg special. I got 20,000 bucks in the rack. Okay. Butterburg. Okay, wait, I'm going to change your amounts, Greg, by the way. So I got, if you can see them down here, there's 10,000 in yellows. And there is 10. This is 5. That's 5. I'm going to take some purples out of here. Okay, we're going to go 750 across. Here's 1,000 bucks. There's 250 and change from that. I'm going to go 750 across. And the reason why Greg was doing this at 640 across. I'm going to go 750 across for one reason only. 640 across is a lot of money. 750 across is not that much more money. It's only another 90 bucks. And I don't got to deal with any red chips. I'm going to try and get out of the red chip game if I can. Let's work with just greens and blacks. Okay, so there's 750 across. And on the don't pass, I'm going to go with a $500 don't. We're going to go the 555 says 500 and 600 is going to be our levels down here. And the Butterburg part of this thing is going to be as we roll numbers, right? As the numbers kind of come out, we're going to press up the bets crazy style. We're going to press them all up crazy style. I'm going to go ahead and fix this camera view again. It didn't take my... There we go. Now I can see the colors. We're going to press up the don't, and we're going to press up the number. Both. We're going to go nuts for 3 rolls. 3 rolls and out. Watch how this works. We're going to do a little bit of, it's kind of a 6, 7, 8, ultimately. I'm going to leave the point uncovered, whatever it ends up being. So here we go. We're going to come out, and we got a 5. Come out is going to be a 5. We're up on the 5. Okay. Now, my next move here is $600 in odds. Okay. And that's an important number. It's going to work for most of these things, I think, where you got 750 covered up top, right? The $500 on the don't, plus the odds we have for 600 against the 5 and 9, that'll pay 4. There's 900 bucks down there for us on the 7 versus 750 up here. So we're in good, we're leveraged good on the 7. The 5 is going to be our nightmare, obviously, right? So I got to change the roll tracker here because, again, I left it on the number last time, 325. Okay, here we go. We got a point of 5. Let's grab a hit. And we're going to also increase our leverage down here as we go. There's a yo. That's of no consequence, 6-5. Can the hyper press Butterburg work? There's a 5-3-8. Okay, that's going to pay 175. Okay, so we're going to take the 8 to 300. We're going to go to 100. We can actually go to 300 directly from our win with the $25 left. What you really want to do, though, is go after it and make that thing look like 420. Okay, we'll take that. We'll go to 420 and grab a nickel back. Okay, at the same time, as that goes up, because we put money in from our rack, we're going to go ahead and press that up by another 300 bucks. I'm going to take that 5, get pennies for it, make it look like now a $900 lay. That's hit number 1. That's hit number 1. That was a 5-3-8. Let's go. Oh, the 5 has to come down, by the way. I didn't pull the 5 down. And there's a 4-2-6. I should use my stick, sorry. 4-2-6, same thing. Okay? It's going to also pay 175. We're going to also bring it. Let's make that look like a black. To 300, 400, Take that 25, make it look like 420. Back to the rack we go. And down here, another 300 bucks. We'll take a nickel out of here. Get $200 in change. Now we're at 1,200 in odds. Okay, third hit. So boom, boom, boom. We're leveling up. Third hit's the last one. This is the last one. And again, Butterburg style, we're gonna pull these things down as they hit now. There's a 5 or a 6, 4, 10. Okay. 10 pays 200 bucks. Minus 5 in vig, of course. Bring it and its sister down. Okay, here we go. Aces in both places. 1, 1. There's my 6, 4, 2. Okay, 49 pays 500. 490 pays 500 for 1. 500 for 10 rather. So let's get that out. 15 bucks. And it comes down. It comes back to the rack. And again, I tend to bring the sister with when I Butterburg. The Butterburg sister comes with. I'm left with just the 9 and the 5. 4, 2, 6. There's my 7. Now, what we could have been doing here, by the way, is reducing these as we pulled the other ones. Okay, I didn't do that. I probably should have, but that's cool because 1,200. That's going to pay 900. Let's see if I do 1,000 for 1 on the odds, and it also pays 500 bucks on the flat. And folks, I think we just made a daily paycheck, right? How's that feel? Pretty good right there. Because here, by the way, is our initial bankroll. There's 5. That's our initial bankroll back. And all of this here, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 375 plus a bunch of reds, right? Not bad. Not a bad first salvo right there. Going out aggressive and getting just a few hits, right? That's the kind of the Greg thing here is let's get a few hits and get out of Dodge. Let's do it again. I'm going to reset my bankroll. Let's run the same program again. And again, it's power, power, power press up in the box in here for 3 hits, and then we start bringing things down. So you want to really kind of get them up there and then come on down. All right, let's get it set again. 500 bucks on the don't. Take my 1,000. We're going to get 250 back. Go 750 across. Potentially 750. Let's see what the point is. There we go. Puck is going to be off here. Let's put that 7 into the roll tracker. Let's do it. I'm getting a text message here, probably from Greg saying I screwed it up. Okay, here we go. Booyah! We have a point of 8. 4, 4, 8. Easy. So we're going to bring this down, but we're going to go in odds, 600 bucks. Okay, we're going to keep bumping those odds up every single time as we take our hits. Let's move this to the 9. All right, let's do it. 6, 2. 314. Okay, awesome. 314 pays 200 bucks for 5 in vig. Let's go ahead and get our $20 change here for that nickel right there. Again, we're gonna go. I'm gonna take it right to 4. 500 bucks. We're gonna go all the way up. We're gonna power press the crap out of it because it came out right. 4 and 10, you could actually split that. We're just gonna go ahead and hammer that number. Look for the repeater if we can. At the same time, we're going to go up by 600 bucks over here. I'm going to keep doing that every single time. There's 5 for a purple. 600 bucks with a little bit of change. Let's go. 314. Did I put the 4 in? I think I did. Yeah. Here we go. That's an 8. Oh, no, that sucks. Look at that. Look at that ass kicking. 4, 4, 8. Yikes. Okay. That hurt a little bit. But as you can see, we can make it up. All right, back to the don't we go. 500 more. 8 again. Wow. Back on it. That's a 5-3. Wow. Oh, I didn't put the odds up there. Sorry. I would have had the odds up. We would have lost again. Jeez, Alou, that 8 is killing us today. Wow. All right. Puck is off. Damn. All right. Here we go. Coming out. 617. Oh, wait. I should have been here. 617. That goes away. This run is not going so well. This is not going well. 6-1. Can we make money? Come on there. Oh, no. Another one. 5-3-7. There's the Come Out 7 series, right? We talked about it in the last segment there, right? Multiple Come Out 7s. If you're up in the box working, that's a painful little sequence right there for you. Another one. 3 in a row. Yeah, there it is. That can absolutely, look at us getting destroyed on the don't pass down here. That'll happen though, right? It's one of those things where, look at us, 4 in a row. Whoo! 3, 4, 7. Again, if you're working these bets and you're 750, 750, 750, 750, you're getting murdered down there. Another loss. Okay. Look at all this. This is all my losses so far, this hand. They're all purples. Yikes. Here we go. Give me a number. All right, we're on the 9. Make that look like an 8 for 1.5. We're going to make this look like odds. It's a 6, 3, 9. All right, we got a point finally. 6, 3. Four, 2, 6. Sweet. All right, 175 coming to me. Again, we're going to make it look like 3, 420. With a nickel back. There we go. Okay. Did I put the 6 in? I can't tell if I did or not. I did. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, AC doocy. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot a part of this. We bumped up the 6. 1, 2, 3. I have to be doing this too. So I'm going to go another 600 down there. Again, it's a hyper press, right? We're going more than a full press on both of these things. All right, more than a full press. Trying to beat the crap out of whatever side wins. 5, 3, 8. So same thing. Pays 1. 175. We're going to go ahead and make that look like 420. So there's 3. I need to get changed, don't I? I do. Damn it. There's the 20. Let's take a purple and get some red or some whites, blacks for it rather. So there's 420 on the 6 and the 8. Put those blacks over there for us. All right. 11, yo. I don't think I put the 8 in there, actually. 6, 5, yo. Here we go. Come on, pay me. Pay me. Yes. Fantastic. 42 pays 500 for that 10. Get 15 and change. That's awesome. Bring them both down. That's that whole sisters coming down thing. So now we go Butterburg style. And by the way, I should have been up another $600. I missed that press last time. So we should be down here for $1,800 in odds. Right? We powered up. This is all coming back. I'm going to actually color these blacks up as I bring them back. just so our rack has the right shape to it. Okay, those two are now gone. And everything starts coming back. Now as the hits come, they come back. We take our third box hit and we're out of here. 4-4. 7 out. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to lose a little bit, right? Our 4 never paid off. We're going to lose $725 up top. But on the don't pass against the 9, we're going to win 500 flat. And we had $1,800 up there. Okay, so that's going to win again 3-2 or 2-3, right? There's 3 6s in 18. It's going to pay $1,200, just like that. So that's not a bad little win. Actually, these blacks can turn into a purple if you like. We'll leave 500 on the don't. Get my rack looking back to pretty again, and check this out. We're actually, if you think about it, I'm just going to do a quick little visual on here for you. There's 10,000, so we're only actually down. We're down 6 units, 6 purple units. Not terrible, and there's one of them right here, right? Let's do one more round. One more round. 5, 2, 7 there. 8. That's our point. Let's get our bets out here. We're going to go with 500. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 50, 575 out of 1,000, or sorry, 675 out of 1,000. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I just dumb? Yeah, 575 out of 1,000. We're going to get back 4 1/4. Let's go. Let's Butterburg it up. Here we go. 5. Right off the bat, little 3, 2, 5. Press that bad boy up. Pays 175. 175. So it goes right to 300. Right. Take another hundo out of the rack. Let's get looking like 4. Matter of fact, because I'm a degen, we're going to go to $500. We're going to take it right to $500. We'll power press that thing all the way up. Let's grab another $600 in odds. We should be down here, by the way, 1,200 in odds. My bad. Every roll increases the odds too. There we go. There we go. 3, 2, 5. Come on, let's hit it. Yo, 11, yo. Nothing. 10. All right, 4, 6, 10. Great. Down here in the end, it pays 200. Let's drop 100. Make it look like 4. And again, you could easily spread that out to the 4. Doesn't really matter. We just need another hit up in here. We'll start bringing things down. Oh, that should be, by the way, another. My bad. I'm not paying attention. That should be another $100 down there. Another 600 rather. So there's 5. 4 change. Now we're at $1,800 in odds. So 3 rolls in. We're 3 rolls up. Now we start after the 3rd roll, pulling them down. Now I pull them down. 2, 2, 4. We got 2 pressed up instead of more, but we're okay. There's the 5. It's going to pay $700 and come down along with its sister, which shouldn't have been there anyway. That shouldn't even. Yeah, the point is 8. Is it point 8? Am I just a dumbass? I'm just like forgetting where I'm at. Yeah, the point is 8. All right, so the 5 and 9 both come down. Pull the sisters as we go, Butterburg style. Refill the rack. Refill the rack. This stays up until we don't need it anymore. There's a 4, 2, 6. That's fantastic. Oh, wrong spot. 4, 2, 6 pays 175 and comes down. The sister was already taken care of, so it doesn't come down. That's the point. Okay. Last one. Hopefully we got a 4 or 10 here. Be in good shape. Got the 7. 7 came before. Now, if we would have hit a 4 or a 10 and these came down, I would have brought the don't pass odds back. We would have just let the $500 ride. But I'm going to keep those odds up in the system until I get my bets down. So this Hyper Butterburg is press, 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 pull, 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 and press, 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 and go back down to the base when you're all done. But as it is, on the point of 8, we're going to be in great shape here, right? Because 1,800 pays 1,500 plus the flat bet. Okay, so all that destruction we had earlier, I'm going to get these blacks colored up. There's 2 more purples coming back with the blacks. How do we do in the rack? Let's take a look at our rack. Okay, there is, boom, boom. That's our initial bankroll. We just pulled our initial bankroll back off the table. So we're not in great shape, but we have 200, 300, there's 400 bucks in profit. We made 400 bucks out of that after being all the way down almost to the nails. So 430 bucks or so in profit. Decent, right? Not slaying it, but that thing fought back good. After not a great start, it fought back pretty strong. That's kind of a fun one, Greg. I like this one here. And again, I'm doing it with stupid numbers. This could very easily be 64 across with a $10 don't, right? You can play it at, we can just do it one time at a small level, right? Let's go 64 across as our baseline bet. Take all this away. I'll just show you how it works with time. Again, bet scaling, we had this talk last week. It's not that hard, right? Just do this, make the same moves that we just made, but with smaller money. All right, so there's 64. There's 10 on the don't. Okay, actually what I probably do here is 25 on the don't, like so, against 64. So you have 64 and 25, that's, what is that, $70, $89 at risk. You're about to put some more out here, but let's say in our rack we have, let's just put 225 bucks in the rack. Ignore this. That's, actually I'll take it out. Let's say we've got 64, 25, another couple $100 bucks in the rack. Let's play it out one more time at the small baby level. See how it works out. I didn't put the 7 in from last time. This is a 4, 4, 8. Okay, so puck's on. Point's going to be 8. We'll take this down. We're going to go with 30 bucks on the don't. Okay, now that's going to pay 50. What I've got up here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $2. We're a little bit light. If the 7 comes, you're going to lose $2. Big freaking deal. Okay, but we're going to do the power press thing and see if it works out. There's the 8 as the point. There's a 10, 5, 5, 10. That's going to pay 18 bucks. Okay. I will drop 2 at least to make it look like 25, 30 bucks. Okay. If I'm going to really hammer power press this thing, I may drop 10 and make it look like 4. Actually, probably 35 is the right way, because 35, it's still only $1 in vig, right? 35 for $1 in vig is probably the right move here on that 10. All right. Oh, and we got to increase the odds by 30 bucks. Every time for the first 3 hits, the odds go up. There's a 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens. Yeesh. 6, 2, 8. So we lose down here. Bummer. Not the end of the world. Let's come back at it. 25 on the don't. 6, 2, 8. Puck is off. That bet is still pressed though. 6, 4, 10. Now, I'm already pressed up on it. What I'm going to do is bring it right down as the odds and come back up here with a $12 8. Like so. Same system, just $10 bets instead of $500 bets. 4, 2, 6. Okay, it's going to pay 14 bucks. Actually, we'll do 15 for 1. And what I've got here is 15, 25, 27. We can go to 30 or 36. Okay. What I'll probably do here, again, it's hyper press. Let's go to 25, $35, $36. We'll bring some back to the rack. So go crazy with it, right? At the same time, keep bringing the odds up. Okay, let's go. 7 out. Bummer. Bummer, kinda, right? Down there, we're gonna get paid 25 flat and 30 for 60. 7 came too quick, right? But you're bringing back, right, $55. What I had at risk here, 10, 20, 30, 40, $54. So we ended up making $1 on that one, right? Because it came too quick. You're looking for a few powers in here to come back out of it. Fine. We like to show these things, you know, at these enormous amounts because it's fun to see purple chips and yellow chips get thrown around. But in reality, scaling them back to normal size levels is the same thing, right? 64 across, bring these guys up to 36, bring this one up to 35, bring these 5 and 9s up to 40 on that first hit, right? Give a little power press, take your second hit, and run for cover. Not the end of the world, okay? How do we look in the rack, by the way? We actually, I think, made some money there. 100, 200. There's the 225. Actually, we lost. There's the 225 that I loaded the rack with. And out of the 64 that we started with, we have 10, 14. So we lost like $50. No big deal. Fun to see it, though. I think it's fun to see these things play out at the small level and also the huge level. That's actually not a bad system, Greg. It's like the aggressiveness on the don't every single roll, the aggressiveness on the hit every single roll. You know me. I like to lay it out there sometimes, right? And this is a fun way, I think, to lay it out there. So I appreciate the strategy. I think it was a lot of fun. Let me go back over here. Let's go back to the screen so I can see your pretty faces. There we go. All right, guys, it's Friday. I'm out. I got a lot going on today. I got work. I got dog goes to the vet and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, thanks all. We did a lot. We did a lot today. We did the 555 crazy Butterburg hyper press thing, which I think has merit. I think it's actually got something. He did it as a joke, I think, but that's some pretty fun stuff to like hammer, 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 and then come out, right? So I think it's 3 power presses on the inside, on the across bets, and then bring them down. So you're Butterburging it, but you're waiting 3 rolls to really start pulling bets off. I like that part of it. I really like bumping up the don't pass as you're power pressing up the other one. So your rack is getting thinner as you go, but you're really ramping up the power across all the bets, and it's fun. I think it's a fun one to do. So there you go. I'm going to run Dan Tana, by the way. I wish I will do that. I have a script for it. I actually have a WinCrap script for the Butterburg that I will run in simulation for you. I'll send you the screens of it when you get to it. So, or when I get it done. So I think that's it. Let's see what else. Any questions for me here that I've missed? Let's see. Oh, Dice Dr. Dan. The come out, the pass line along with, you're talking about the come better, right? For the Molly better. I did that, and against my rolls, it won a whole lot less because I'm not getting the come out 7 winners at all. And I tend to actually, it's funny, my rolls that I've got, I don't have a lot of come out 7, so I miss out on those. I have a lot of repeat bets during the rolls, but I don't have a lot of point winners. My number of points resolved is way heavy on the don't for me. So for me, it doesn't work well to have the pass line as part of the 3 points. It just doesn't. But again, I think on the regular random simulations, it would probably work a little bit better. Vince, by the way, answered my question from before, which I missed. The negative bankroll gives him an estimate of bankroll. So you're trying to get a sense of, okay, I see what you're doing. You're using your negatives to determine the proper bankroll to be informed. That makes good sense. Okay. I think that's it, guys. Any PCs that I missed? I didn't pay the hard 4. Oh, I did hit the 4. Okay. Yeah. You know what? What's funny is this, and I think I'm going to put this out here. I always need a box man. Here's the thing. On this show specifically, you know, I used to on Coffee and Craps do a strategy for 45 minutes every day, and I was really in the groove of dealing well and talking through it and all that kind of stuff. Now I've been more here on the camera talking to you all like this, and the rolls are a lot shorter, so I'm not in my rhythm of like calling, dealing, paying, and all that stuff. like I used to be. I got to get back to that. We got to get back to doing some more rolling here. Crapsy's made me lazy, for sure. Crapsy has made me a lazy person because I depend on it too much now instead of just dealing for myself. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's it. Friday. Let's get on out of here. I see there's a lot of comments about getting me a heater in the garage. Ian will tell you this. Ian bought a nice heater. He's got this nice blower heater that works great in his garage. Tell him in chat, Ian, what your electric bill was this month. Okay, because my little heater doesn't work that great, but my electric bill didn't go from 100 to 600 like yours did. So there's that. Mark wants to know, where's the best place to see the Crapsy schedules? Right now, the best place is a Facebook group for Crapsy, which I think Duracell, can you put a link to that in chat here for us if you would? There's a Crapsy group or a Facebook group for it right now. I'm working on an app that will help us to schedule them out, so you know. That's what's coming. I'd like to see the Crapsy folks build a schedule in so that you can look live somewhere and see who happens to be on a Crapsy Live right now. Because it may not always be one of us with a YouTube channel. It may just be somebody else playing live Crapsy. So we're working on it. For right now, go to the Facebook group and Duracell. I hope we'll link that in there. So, all right, guys, that's it. I will see y'all hopefully tonight for Friday night fights. Corey going for the six Pete. Is that a thing? Right? One for the other hand against a mystery guest. We'll see who it's going to be. Hopefully we'll hear back from his opponent. And until then, have a good Friday. Keep Joe the Coder, and his family in your prayers. Tough loss for somebody who's only 44 years old. For the family to kind of get over that. I know he's got kids and everything else. So prayers up. And again, every super chat that came in today, and if there's any comes in tonight during the Friday night fights, all that money, I'll just forward it right to Big AZ. And that'll all go right to the family. So again, thanks in advance. Thanks in arrears for whoever's donated today so far. I'm matching all of it, and off we go. Y'all have a great rest of your Friday. I'll see you later on.